Manson. Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is teasing with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these mantras. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving till I be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my feng shui. Now it's like work for 10K or cause it is pen gaming. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I stepped on stage to be like, see the crowd going air to be like. So I stepped on stage to be like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air to be like, ooh yeah. Crazed and courageous, raised by some Zulu lions, taught to seek dangers, brave and defiant, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehaving, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest, can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the you think a day is. But hey, what about it? So I stepped on stage to be like, see the crowd going air to be like. So I stepped on stage to be like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air to be like, ooh yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. But today we start the new season with an AFC West division battle right out of the gate, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Willis headed left off the option. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Dragon 60.
1st and 10, Willis. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Wrapped all 80. Smack.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Broncos' 8-yard line.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call it a loss of a yard there. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Good routes here. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw, Cousins. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Hey, Steamer, Steamer.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Listen to me.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Here's Dorsett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Willis looking to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Malik Willis. 15 yards. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, this, of course, is an intriguing Week 1 opener. On one sideline, you've got Josh McDaniels, Raiders head coach. But remember, back in Denver, where he was the head man in 2009 and 2010 as well. And on the other sideline, Sean Payton making his debut as head coach of the Broncos.
Two established coaches. Both of them made their bones on the offensive side of the ball. And Sean Payton won a Super Bowl as the head coach of the Saints. This is going to be fun to see them match wins. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Dorsett on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Raiders 7, Broncos 0.
We're just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and a couple. Second down throw coming by Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play, and it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Once again, it's Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Willis. Over the middle, he's got Mayer. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, here's Willis. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd down, Willis looks to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Williams. And the ball is knocked out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Hey, no, easy. Zebra.
A first down throw for Cousins. He'll air this one out for Mims. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Leave it. Bring up 48.
Here's Cousins. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
First. Hey, can.
Throwing, Cousins. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Cousins. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. Down the left sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, the way things have been going in this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular one it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Cousins to throw it. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Cousins on first down. And he fires one incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
On second down, Cousins again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on third down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Throwing is Cousins. Steps away to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They're going option play on third down. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on fourth down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
That's returnable now for Smith.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
To throw is Cousins. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, after incompletions on first and second down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Through. Hey, steamer.
Cousins now. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Listen to me. Black.
To the air again, it's Cousins.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 37.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
First down. Here's Cousins. And it's caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action with Willis. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll air this one out for Mims. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando,
a new
here's
season.
Jonathan
So both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked
picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Tackled on the play by Damari Mathis.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Able to hit his target, it's Mayer. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The second down throw by Willis. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And Davante's going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Las Vegas.
Ready up.
Again, it's Willis to throw it. He finds Mayer here. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Come on, set.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Second down, here's Willis.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Now Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, it's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hey, smash Bronco!
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 123 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
makes the score.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone.
Smith on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Cousins. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
All right, now here we go.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And this one complete again to Mims. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They'd go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Cousins again. On the slant, completes to Sutton. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. There's a diving catch right side. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there with an amazing diving catch.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
Broncos 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ready, set.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time. Quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline. They want to do it with some gusto, too.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon. At this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
10 more there and another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Good gain there on first down. That keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they take a knee.
Here we go, shot.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.